It's really fun. You could do it.
It's the last class of the.
It's last class. Some of you are new tonight, and you don't know you're starting at the end. It's the last class of. Well, this is one of the root text commentaries to the mind training slogan. So we're going to wrap it up tonight and start something new. But you can always drop in. Don't worry. I mean, it's not like you're at the wrong class or something. It's always the right time to come to class. Okay, great. So, hi everybody. I think we'll start, I guess, if we are live. Sam, are we live? It's not coming. It's there, like half of it's there. It'll happen during meditation. Are we live? Are we? I know we're
the door is locked.
Okay, all right. Okay, good. So, hi everybody. I'm Chandra Easton. This is my weekly Tuesday class. It's a drop-in class, but we also often have themes that we continue for a period of time. So, for the last, I think, year and a half, we've been studying the 59 instructions of mind training. It's from a text called the 7-point mind training. So it's like the 7 points are really like 7 chapters. And then within these chapters, you have lots of one-liner teachings. Yeah, thank you. I like that. Door closed. It was good. Yeah. And so we are going to just tackle the last 3. I'm going to pile on. We're all going to just go, whoa! We're going to tackle them. They're pretty easy. They're kind of like, oh yeah, common sense. And the last one's really great. So we'll do that, but we first meditate before we do the Dharma talk. And before we meditate, often we move. So we're going to do some movement. It's not like a full yoga class. Don't worry. You didn't need to wear your Lululemon. But then don't wear Lululemon anyway. Okay, I guess we're boycotting Lululemon, right? Because the owners said some sexist things and done some bad things. So that's what I've heard. Plus they have metal in their clothes. Did you know that? They like weave a little bit of metal in their clothing. I had to go to I have some back issues and I had to get an MRI. And they're like, okay, did you take off your jewelry, everything? Yeah, you don't have any, any piercings or anything. Oh, and also, are those Lululemon? And I said, no, just wearing some sweats or something. And they're like, okay, good, because we found out that the hard way that Lululemon has metal in their tights.
Wow.
And in an MRI, it melts and fuses with the skin. That was weird.
Yeah.
That was weird. Anyway, I don't know. Tangent. I don't do that all the time. It happens from time to time. So little factoids. I'm warning you. It happens from time to time. Okay. So, we're going to start by moving. Let's stand up. And what we do is some joint mobilization exercises. I could say joint rolls, but that sounds too much like 420 behavior. We roll the joints. And no, we're is that a bong over there? Okay, so we're doing joint mobilization exercises. And first we start with the feet. And I like to have my socks off, but it's up to you. You can do it on your zabuton. Zabuton is the big guy. The zafu is the little guy. You can do it on your cushion, or you can step forward and do it on the wood floor. It's up to you. And feel free to spread out in the back. It's nice to spread out if you want to. Alrighty. So this is a set of moves that I used to teach and do. I still do it all the time. From shadow yoga. Has anybody done shadow yoga in here? Ooh, couple people. What? And so it's called the Dasha Chalanam, and it's derived from South Indian dance and martial arts. And it's actually preliminary practices that were traditionally put in front of the more kind of active vinyasas, sun salutes, seats, and all the asanas. But that this practice got lost as yoga was imported into the West by Iyengar and Tavi Joyce and these, some of the other gurus. But it's in some of the root texts, especially called the Hatha Tattva Kaumudi. There's some passages in there, instructions on how to do joint mobilizations. And what's interesting is it looks a lot like what you might find in Tai Chi or Qigong. So some of you might find this familiar. All right, so let's stand. The heels of the feet are gently touching. The feet are turned out a little bit. Your right hand is against the navel. The left hand is on top. This is like mountain pose, but it's called stamba, means the staff. Feeling the weight even between the feet. And feel the breath descending down into the belly and feel the rise and fall of the belly. Let the eyes gaze at a comfortable angle past the nose. Soften the gaze. And then bring the tip of the tongue to rest at the upper palate, the root of the front teeth. Relax the jaw. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Lift the chest. Good. This is can be treated like a standing meditation. The movement of the belly beneath the hands shows you where you're at, where's the mind, where's the breath. Feel the bones of the soles of the feet spreading against the support of the floor. Soften any gripping in the soles of the feet. And then release the hands. Now, heels open, feet parallel. You can step a little forward with the left foot, and the right foot is back with the weight on top of the toes. So really root into the left leg, and then start to rotate the ankle clockwise to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse. 1, 2. The drishti or the gaze is your focal point. So try not to look around, but really be within your sphere of experience. 9 and 10. Then stepping onto the right foot, left foot a little bit back. Yeah. And then to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're working the ankle, but you're also working the toes. And you're also feeling the head of the femur of that left leg rotating in the ball of the socket. So then reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. So now we've warmed up the base. So really feel what's called the apana vayu, the wind of descending wind rooting into the earth. It's really important for meditators because when we meditate, the prana, the energy tends to go up. And if we're not grounded and rooting down, then we can get out of balance. Before a flower blooms, it sends down a taproot. Before a tree blossoms, it sends a taproot down. So that's why we do feet first. Okay. All right. So now we come up to the top and we work our way down. So the neck, release the chin down, and then to the right, we'll do circles. Move with your body to your capacity. We'll do 5 in each direction. If this is not good for the neck, or if you start to feel dizzy, you can do alternatives, which is forward and back, side to side. So do what feels right for you. 4 and 5, and reverse. 1, relax the jaw, relax the shoulders. Breathing Nice and even, natural rhythm. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come around to the center and then inhale the face to neutral. Exhale here. And now the shoulders. Forward, up, back, and down. 1, 2. So the fingers are just drawing little circles on the side of the thighs as you're rotating the shoulders. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. 8, 9, and 10. Now bring the hands together, interlace the back of the fingers, release the heel of the palms down so the forearms are parallel. Relax the shoulders, it's easy to do that. And then the wrists are right in front of the face. Gazing at the wrists as you do double time spiraling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now release down. Now you spiral to the right and then to the left. 2, 3. Let the head turn. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then release the hands down and circle the hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax the whole upper body. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and reverse. 1. Remember to keep your awareness in your body and in your sphere of energy. This is meditation. This is preparing us for sitting practice. So where's your mind? Are you letting it fly around in all different directions, or are you staying in the body? Now bring the feet together. You're going to bend the knees, and instead of just bending like that with the butt going back, you actually bend from the back of the knees forward as much as possible, bending at the ankles too. Then when you need to, you can shift the hips back too. Hands are on the thighs, either like this or like that. And we're going to make circles with the knees. Keep the heels on the floor. Look down at the floor, so lengthen the back of the neck. Don't grip the shoulders. 7, 8, 9, 10. And reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. 6. Very nice. 7. The feet should be together. Safer on the knees. Feet are parallel, neck together. That's better. 10. All right. Was that it? We're at 10. Okay, so now we do the wave. This is called Sarpa, the snake. And I do it very minimally because I'm healing from a back thing. But you just do what I do, but times 3 or times 10, whatever feels good. You can increase it. So what we do is we bend, the hips go back, and the hips shift forward, and then you ripple up through the spine. So undulating through the spine, let it undulate from the soles of the feet all the way up through the body, up out through the crown of the head. Yeah, that's it. And really let the neck go too. And close your eyes and just feel it. Don't think it. It's like your seaweed flowing in the tides of the ocean. Lubricating the spinal column, releasing tension. Let's do 2 more. 9, And 10. Good. Now, as you come up, you inhale, arms come up, and then release with a sigh. And again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, last time. Good. Now make fists and drop them on the ridge of the shoulder. 2. Nice and heavy. 3. Pounding the tension out of the ridge of the shoulder. 4. 5. 6. Doesn't that feel good? 7. 8. 9. And 10. Good. Now inhale, cross the arms, and you're going to shake out your whole torso, your lungs, your heart, your chest, and you're going to bah like a sheep. Okay. So it's just like that. Okay, so inhale. Exhale. Bah. Good. 2 more. Inhale. Bah. Inhale. Bah. Good. All right. So now we're going to come down onto the floor into Suchi, your favorite pose. Everybody, I took a poll last week and everybody said, no, don't sit on your butt, girl. Get up. I know. I'm kidding. Yeah, so this is the option. This is Sama Suchi, where you're actually sitting on your heels. Remember about the taproot? So we're working the feet a little bit more before we sit, so that it prepares you for the meditation. Now, this is not doable for everybody, and that's okay. Options are to actually come up. If you really need to, you can be a little higher. If you or prefer, you can go like this. The idea is to work the toes and to stretch the sole of the feet, soles of the feet. Now notice if you're going like this, try not to do that. Really sit into the heels. Let the sits bones go into the heels. Torso is upright. And then take your thumbs, wrap the fingers around the thumbs, and place the fists on the thighs. Gaze at a comfortable angle towards the floor. Bring the tip of the tongue to rest at the upper palate. Soften the jaw. Notice if the mind is gripping, relax the mind and let your awareness flood through the whole body, top to bottom. Stay. Good. 3 more breaths. You see if you can get a little bit more into the feet. If you have that opening, take it. Relax the shoulders. Good. All right, maybe a little easier today than last week. I mean, okay, you got to practice at home. Right. Okay, so now come down, bring the knees together, point the toes, sit on the heels. And so what we're going to do now is stretch the top of the feet. And so I'll show you here. Maybe I'll show you from the side. So what you're going to do is hands are behind you, leaning back. And what you do is you lift the knees up as high as you can to stretch the top of the feet. And then breathe. So go ahead and take it. And look, if you're only here, that's fine. Just move to where you are and love yourself in it. Just okay. Only you can be you. So be you fully and breathe. Some people are born with open ankles and feet, and others aren't. It's not a big deal. I happen to be. It's one good thing. So my back sucks, but my feet are good. So open up your feet. One more breath. And then come down. Good. And so then the next move, I'm going to show you like this. Make sure you can see my feet because it's pretty subtle. My right foot with the heel sits right into the arch of the left foot. And then my knees are hugging together. And then I kind of lean back into it. So the idea is that you're putting as much of your body weight as possible into the feet. It's like a pressure point massage on the sole of that left foot. You feel it? You're my girl. You like this foot stuff. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, and the feet are good. You feel it's the whole rest of the body is better off. Iyengar said we die from the feet up, so we have to be very careful not to lose the strength and mobility and circulation in the feet and in the extremities. Because then when that happens, it's just we start falling, we start tripping, we can't have balance, so we have to really keep the feet healthy. All right, so come up, and now you're going to switch. Really get that arch, top of the foot, nicely placed, and then sit on it. Ooh, one side's going to be different. It's more tender than the other. So instead of just sitting upright, actually kind of lean back and dig in. Feel how much heavier. Ooh, it's heavier. And breathe. And if you have a question, you can holler, okay? Are you guys getting it? Yeah?
Should you be like right in the middle of the foot?
Yeah, right in the middle. You feel it right in the arch. So it's like the top of the arch is right in the heart of the arch. And it's digging in. Okay, good. So let's come out. Now there's this last one here. So make sure you can see also, this one's a little complicated. So this it like sickles the feet. So you right foot is basically laying right on top of the left foot, and then you hug the knees as close together as you can. Same idea, and then lean back a little bit with the arms straight, sit on your heels. So it's like you sickle the left foot, turned in a little bit, and then you take the top of the toes. If you're confused, look up here. You take the top of your right toes and you put it in that little indentation of the inner ankle. And then you lay the top of the right foot on top of the sole of the left, and then sit on your feet to secure. It's like you lock them in, and then hug the knees together. Woo! I used to be able to get them together. I haven't been doing this much.
So many modes.
This is great. I love this. Do you feel the stretch? And if this is hard, it's good. You've discovered something you get to work on and get better at and open up those feet. Last breath here. All right, other side. And if you have feet stuff, I can give you other options. You know, like if you just have an injury or something and you can't do it. So do the other side. Really lay, so you lay the top of the left toes on the inner ankle, and lay the top of the left foot on the sole of the right, then secure with your butt. And then hug the knees together. Woo-wee. And then lean back a little bit. Straighten the arms. Straighten the arms. Stay present. Let the eyes be open. Focal point your drishti towards the floor. And breathe. Samavriti Ujjayi, Ujjayi breath, yogic breath, with this equal length inhalation, equal length exhalation. All right, now come off. That's it. Okay, great. So then now let's do soles of the feet together and just sitting upright as much as you can. If you need to sit up on a pillow, you can. This is Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Then you can hug the tops of the feet. And if you like to, you can lean forward. Otherwise, you can just enjoy being upright and breathing. Let's take 5 breaths. Good. And then slowly come up. Because you've worked your feet so much, I want to give you a chance to try something. So you can just try it, just see what this might feel like. You take the soles of your feet, thumbs on the padding, and then try to open the ankles like a book. Like that. Yeah. Yeah. You open. You're on the wood, so it might hurt a little bit, but you can do it on the wood. It's okay. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Then, if you want to, you can try to lean forward and fold forward for 5 more breaths, or just sit upright. And try to have the knees nice and open. Good. You feel that in your inner groin, the inner hips? Yeah, nice. That's it. Okay, let's come up. Any questions? Okay. So straighten one leg and then the other. And shake out the legs. Rub the legs. Rub the knees. The shins. And rub the feet. And you can pound the legs. Pound the outer hips, the outer legs. Good. Pound your neighbor. The other neighbor. Okay, so then, good, that concludes the movement. So, go ahead and find a comfortable seat, and I'll guide the meditation. We'll sit for about 35 minutes. So set yourself up so that you're comfortable and you can relax and not need to move, hopefully for the whole 35 minutes. But if you have to move, that's okay. Just do so mindfully without making too much noise, without losing the train of mindfulness. So today we'll start with shamatha like we usually do, calm abiding mindfulness of the breath meditation for a while, and then I'll take us into the Tonglen. The main practice within the mind training slogans is the sending and receiving compassion practice. And we'll spend the last half of the sit doing that. Before you come into complete stillness, open the eyes a little bit. We're going to do 3 arm drops. This is a way for us to let the body settle in relaxation. So inhale with me, raising your arms, and let the arms drop and the hands slap on the thigh. Just feel that, letting go. And again, completely release everything, relax. And last time, inhale. And release. And rest. They say settle the body in stillness like a bundle of hay whose string has been cut loose and it just collapses, just as it lays. Aligned with gravity, feel the body upright, a feeling of dignity with the chest lifted, the shoulders relaxed, but completely relaxed throughout the whole body. Not rigid, not tense. But with the out-breath, release any remnant of holding or tightness. Notice the low back gripping, the hips, the feet. Feel your base and feel the earth beneath you. Feel your being supported by the ground. And take a moment to arouse your heartfelt motivation. What is your motivation for practice? Enhancing that with the aspiration to awaken for the benefit of yourself and all beings. Bodhicitta. Tongue is resting at the upper palate. The lower jaw is released away from the upper jaw. A little bit of space between the two lips, size of a barley grain space. Gaze is either downward cast or closed. The eyes. Notice the belly. Let the breath pour into the torso, fill the belly, and release. Soothing the body with the breath. Let the rhythm of the breath be natural, your own natural rhythm. And we begin with the gati, the phrase offered by the Buddha. Attending to the whole body, I breathe in. Attending to the whole body, I breathe out. Repeating to yourself quietly, silently, as you breathe in and out. Attending the whole body, breathe in. Attending to the whole body, breathe out. Let this be your anchor, your mindfulness anchor. You could shorten. Whole body, breathe in. Whole body, breathe out. Stay with the breath. Stay with the phrase. Let your awareness permeate your whole body. Whole body, breathe in. Whole body, breathe out. Feeling the ever-changing mere sensations within the body. Not getting pulled into the story of the pleasure and pain and everything in between, just feeling bare attention. If there's pain, notice the mind's tendency to resist, push away. And you just be with the whole field of the body, sensations, witnessing, free of grasping, free of aversion. Whole body, breathe in. Whole body, breathe out. Next gati is similar, but it's a soothing the field of the body. Breathe in. Soothing the field of the body. Breathe out. Let the words wash through you, influence feeling. Field of the body is the field of tactile sensations from head to toe. Soothing the field of the body, I breathe in. Soothing the field of the body, I breathe out. Feel free to shorten as you wish. Soothing field, body in. Soothing field of the body, breathe out. Mind wanders, bring it back, soothing in, soothing out. Stay. There's nothing more interesting than this. Now release the phrase and just be with the breath and the body. Feel the spaciousness, clarity, continuity of awareness suffuse you. Just be. Release into presence. Now, from the basis of this shamatha, calm abiding, we shift gears but without losing this quality of attention and relaxation into the Tonglen, compassion practice of sending and receiving. The first step is to flash on emptiness. In this flash of emptiness, all the solidity, the reification, grasping disintegrates. This feeling of expansiveness, connecting with the nature of mind, the nature of reality. Flash on emptiness. Shunyata, flash. Because it's the foundation of this empty interdependence that gives us the capacity to truly practice the Tonglen. So that we don't solidify or reify the object of meditation and ourselves. The next is to feel in the center of your chest, of the heart chakra, an orb of light, like a mini sun, maybe the size of an orange. Radiant, luminous, and kindling with the breath. And feel that you're breathing with the in-breath directly into the heart, into the orb of light, where it enkindles, sparks the warmth, and then breathing out in all directions directly from that orb of light at your heart chakra. Breathing in, pull 360 degrees directly into the heart. Breathing out 360 degrees from the heart. With each breath, the glow of this luminous orb of light begins to increase. This is your Buddha nature. This is the seat of the soul, the spark, the seed of awakening that we all have within us. Imbued with bodhicitta, this heart of compassion and wisdom. The next step is to breathe with texture. So, just for a period of 10 breaths or so, imagine that with the in-breath, you're breathing in a dark, smoky vapor, like a gray smoke. Breathing it in, it touches the light at your heart and it evaporates. You send out light. You send out a cool, healing breeze of clarity, luminosity. Breathing in the smoke, where it transforms at the heart, and breathe out cool, clear light, all directions. Breathing in and out with the texture. Remembering that nothing can harm this Buddha nature, beyond death, beyond birth, unborn, undying nature of your own mind as this light, growing our capacity to work through prayer, benefit of others, ourselves. One more breath, texture, inhale the smoke, exhale the clear, cool breeze, clearing that smoke. And then now let's shift into Tonglen, and we'll begin first with the self, our own being. So feel through the body and notice if there's something here with you that is causing you discomfort, suffering, pain. Maybe there's heartbreak, maybe there's backache, maybe there's a part of yourself that needs to be welcomed home. Self-critic, sadness. What's blocking your experience of freedom? And feel, it can be specific or just a vague intuition. Feel that block as a smoke and breathe that, welcoming it into the orb of light, the heart. Welcome it home and breathe out spaciousness, relaxation, a letting be, a cool clearing with the out breath. Stay with the breath, breathing in the texture of smoke, that part of yourself that you've exiled or pushed away, don't want. Welcome it home, and then exhale, breathe out. Relaxation, spaciousness around that blockage. Maybe even a remedy. Inhale, smoky vapor. Exhale, cool breeze. 10 more breaths, working with your own experience. And you can move through a couple different feelings. You can bring it all into the heart. Just be intuitive here. The only way out is in. The mind distracts, it's its habit. When something difficult comes up, we space out, go to sleep, distract. See if you can counteract that by staying and breathing it into the heart. Breathing out spaciousness, a feeling of resolution, embrace, and then letting be. Whatever is the remedy for you. If you're breathing in anger, maybe you're breathing out patience, and offering that to the cells of your body, offering it to your mind, your spirit. Last breath like this. And then now shifting into practice for another. You can choose someone for whom it's easy to feel love and care, but someone who also is going through a hard time. You want to relieve their suffering in some way. So imagine this loved one in front of you now, as clearly as you can, perhaps remembering what they were wearing or what they looked like the last time you saw them. And see whatever is ailing them as a cloudy smoke around their being. Maybe they're sad, maybe they're depressed, maybe they're unemployed, maybe they're going through a hard time. All of that is manifesting as a cloud around them. Sincere wish to help relieve their suffering. Inhale that smoky vapor directly into the heart space, like a vacuum. Breathing it in, transforming it at your heart. And breathing out the cool breeze imbued with the remedy. What do you wish for them? May you be free of suffering. May you find that job. Let it be intuitive here and release any attachment to the outcome. We're not manipulating or fixing people. We're offering them their highest good. Stay with the texture. About 10 more breaths working with a loved one. Breathing in that which you would normally push away, and breathing out that which you would normally keep for yourself. Developing compassion. Next 3 breaths, see them manifesting their full flourishing, joy, freedom, health, completely clear of that cloud around them. Now, with an internal feeling of gratitude and completion, you can even bow to them as you release that. Release them back into the space. And then now we shift into working with someone who's neutral in our life. Maybe we don't even really know them. We see them around the neighborhood, at the market. Someone towards whom you don't have strong attachment or aversion towards, a so-called neutral person. So with this one, first thought, best thought, bring to mind the male person or person at the pharmacy. See them as clearly as you can. And notice this, perhaps there's some intuitive sense that they may be suffering in some way. Everybody has their own challenges in life. You may not know what it is. See them and see whatever ailment, whatever it is that might be blocking their freedom in their life as a cloud. And over the next 10 breaths, breathe in and out. Breathing in, the feeling, may you be free of suffering. Breathing out, may you be happy. May you be safe. You can use phrases of loving kindness if you know those. Just intuitively wish them well with the out-breath. Being willing to take in their suffering with the in-breath, transform it at that orb of light, at your heart, and then breathe out. Complete freedom from suffering. Don't hold back. Open your capacity. Over the next couple breaths, see them completely clearing of any perceived suffering, a full flourishing, a twinkle in their eyes, smile on their face, joy. And then releasing them with a bow, wishing them well. And now we shift into working with the so-called enemy. But it doesn't need to be a literal enemy. We might not have enemies, but we may have people in our life who challenge us. Maybe we hate them sometimes. Maybe they make us so angry. Bring to mind someone toward whom you feel animosity, resentment, whatever it is. Muster up the courage to bring them into the mind's eye now. Just one person. See them as clearly as you can. And recognizing that this person is so difficult or so mean or challenging because they suffer. And like you, they wish to be free of their suffering, but they're confused about how to get it, how to be free. Feel deep within you a sense of compassion. They're simply sowing the seeds for future suffering by their behavior. And see that this delusion, confusion, whatever it is that causes them to suffer, surrounds them in the form of smoke. And again, with the breath, begin to breathe in, being willing to relieve their suffering. May you be free of suffering. Let that take the breath in, transform the smoke at the heart, and breathe out. Stay clear here, clearing that smoke with the out-breath. May you be well. May you be happy. Breathing in, feeling of relieving their suffering. Transform it at that Buddha nature heart. And breathe out. Freedom from suffering. Cool breeze. Keep going. The mind may want to go somewhere else right now, but stay. Feel the effect of the practice. The rhythm of the breath. Release the story. Feel smoky vapor with the in-breath. Transform it at the heart. Cool, clear breeze, relieving the suffering with the out-breath. May you be free. Really wish that for them. Don't hold the resentment. It only hurts you. Release that karmic bond. Heal this karmic bond. Purify the karmas between you through compassion. In that way you free yourself. Over the next few breaths, see their cloud clearing with each exhalation. Any final resistance you may have had, see if you can let that go. I really wish them well. And in that wellness, may they stop causing suffering for their self and others. May it be so. And then now bowing and internally as an acknowledgement that this is complete, release them back into the space of the mind, letting go completely now. And come back to yourself with your breath and breathing in loving care. Bring your hands to your heart, one hand atop the other, or you can have one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Just offer yourself this compassion that you've been cultivating. Breathing in, may I be free of suffering. Breathing out, may I be happy. Breathing in, may I be free of illness. Breathing out, may I be healthy and whole. Take a few more breaths here and make your own prayers. Breathing in and out. And now I'll ring the bell to close 3 times. And with each ring, wish this to all beings. So you could even say it internally. May all beings be free of suffering. May all beings be happy. Make your own prayers with the sound of the bell and let that sound carry it throughout all of space for all beings. May it be so. Okay, so now, so that is an experience of Tonglen, yeah? The last 15, 20 minutes or so of that meditation. We went 40 minutes, by the way. And the last bit was Tonglen, and that is really the thrust, the crux, the gestalt of mind training, this practice. The slogans are instructions on how to be and practice and understand reality in the mind. There's one-liners, good for all of that. But when we sit down to practice, Tonglen is the main practice. Tonglen, sending and receiving. And you can do that on the fly, literally. Like if you're feeling resistance towards somebody, or if they're irritating you, or if you see somebody suffering, you know, I want your auto reaction, your knee-jerk reaction to be to breathe the Tonglen, breathing in the suffering, breathing out, freedom from suffering. You don't have to talk about it. Don't talk about it. Just do it. Nobody has to know that you're doing it. So that's training the mind training. Instead of being like, what an annoying person, or oh, you know, that's last year, you know. Moving forward, you're practicing Tonglen all the time. That's the warrior training, bodhisattva, the bodhisattva warrior training of like bringing the luminosity in every place you go. And even if it's on the down low and secret, and you're just standing in the checkout line or in traffic and somebody cuts you off and you're like, and then you're like, oh, I release you. Did you feel that releasing of the karmic bonds that you maybe had with that irritating person or the enemy? Did you feel that? Did you get close to feeling what that might feel like? Did you feel how, oh, this is actually more for me? I'm freeing me. As long as I'm hating on somebody, even if it's like Trump, I'm carrying that toxicity in me. So if you're it's reverse engineering in a way, reversing what you normally would do by going, oh, I'm going to breathe in his orange vapor, suffering in the form of orange smoke, and then I'm going to breathe out clarity, wisdom, compassion. And yeah, I want all that, but I have to let go of the attachment to the outcome of it. Because this isn't like mind tripping or mind manipulating. This is mind training. We're training ourselves to feel more compassion and have that more as a natural thing. Okay, I have 15 minutes to go through three of these instructions, and I am committed to finishing this text tonight. All right, so next week is feeding your demons, by the way. So come back if you're curious about this wonderful practice of working with challenges. Then I guide you through it. We're going to do art with it. So it's 7 to 9. We do a little bit longer. Usually the class is an hour and a half. Ooh, feel free to stretch your legs if you want to. Gosh, if I have to stretch my knees, maybe you do too. All right. So we need to finish tonight. So we have 3 of these instructions. So who wants to read slogan number 57 out loud? Loud and proud, please. Number 57.
Don't be jealous.
Don't be jealous. Easier said than done. Another translation by another teacher is do not be reactive. So that's interesting. It's kind of different. But I think it's like, don't be competitive. Don't compare yourself. Don't be so reactive. Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous is the common translation. So what this one is doing is, it's kind of obvious. I mean, some of these are like just the do's and don'ts. Okay, it's what mom taught us. Don't be jealous. But this instruction encourages us just to be aware of our reactive mind and when we're comparing ourselves with others. What is the saying? Comparison is the thief of joy, or something like that. And who said that? Someone. It was like Theodore Roosevelt repeated it, but it was somebody else who was probably the originator of it. Doesn't matter really. But it's a good saying. It's a good saying. Do you notice that? And as soon as you're comparing yourself to another mom, to another man, to another meditator, oh, look at them in full lotus. Instagram, get the fuck off that thing. It's like comparison. It's like, I don't want to post all these great things about myself because I don't want other people to feel bad that they don't have that. You know, like, why do people post all these great things about themselves? But then again, it's nice to post great things about ourselves. And so the antidote to jealousy is empathetic joy. Empathetic joy. So jealousy is one of the 5 so-called poisons in Buddhism. And one way to work with competitiveness and jealousy and all of those kind of that mindset is to notice it through mindfulness. Be introspective, check in on ourselves, don't just run with it. Notice, oh yeah, there's that uncomfortable feeling of comparison and jealousy again. I know that feeling. Well, in Buddhism, they say one way to counteract that is to cultivate the opposite through empathetic joy for them. Oh, great. They're so wonderful. They can do yoga. I can't really do much yoga right now because my back. So I start to feel envious of people. It's very interesting to feel so human. It's like, oh. Well, instead of that, feel joy. It's not easy. It's not easy. but it's good to try. They're so mobile. They're so able-bodied. They're so rich. They're so healthy. How wonderful. May it increase manyfold, and may all beings have that. Yeah.
Is that mudita?
And that's mudita.
Yes.
And we've talked a lot about that. Mudita is a Sanskrit and Pali word for empathetic joy. It's a great word. Empathetic joy. So that's a good antidote for jealousy. So of course we need to look into the cause. And what mind training is always doing is bringing us back to the root cause of all of our suffering, which is self-clinging. So beneath the jealousy and the competitiveness, the closed-mindedness is the I, me, mine. This fixation on I, me, mine. I'm not that. I'm not that. Usually when there's an I statement in there, if it's kind of the nature of this competitiveness or anger or suffering or sadness, it's usually this an I statement. I don't have that. I want this. There's a kind of a grasping and clinging there onto this sense of self. So look at the cause. And instead of being reactive, we can look inside and take this opportunity to heal, to learn about ourselves, and to purify the root of the problem by practicing Tonglen. So Tonglen is another way. Mudita practice of joy, counteracting jealousy with joy, empathetic celebration of the rejoicing in the welfare of others. It's a wonderful practice. But also Tonglen can practice. Notice when you're feeling jealous, you can breathe in the jealousy into your heart and breathe out mudita into yourself, or you can practice with the world. Okay, slogan number 58. Who wants to read it? I want to get to the last one. I'm going to go a little fast through this. Who wants to read 58? Please don't delay.
Don't be frivolous.
Don't be frivolous. Don't be frivolous. Another translation is do not be temperamental, which is funny. Yeah, so this is just, be wise. Life has its ups and downs. Sometimes it's difficult, sometimes it's easy. So our emotions, aren't bad in and of themselves. But if our reactions to what arise cause us to suffer, cause us to cause suffering to others, disturb our peace, disturb the peace of mind of others or in the environment, then we need to look inside and work with it. What is that emotion? Why is it causing suffering? Again, be introspective and apply the antidote. And this is especially important in relationships, of course. Like if we're temperamental is kind of what the theme is a little bit more with this. If like somebody needs to talk to us about something, instead of being reactive or temperamental, listen, and take it to heart. In a way, as Tonglen and Lojong mind training practitioners, we welcome feedback. That awful feeling when somebody's like, I need to talk to you about something. You're like, what did I do? Right. And then there's a constriction, a defensive, and then the defenses start to build even before you know what's happening, what they're going to say. So you can feel whatever that is for you, whatever you tend to do when there's some kind of important conversation that needs to happen that might be challenging. Okay, instead of building the wall, can you start to breathe, open, and say, bring it on. I'm a mind training practitioner. I'm a Lojong practitioner. I transform adversity onto the path of awakening. That's the path. So tell me. And then be willing to acknowledge, say I'm sorry, or explain. Yeah, so don't be temperamental. Don't be frivolous. All right. Okay. So the last one, which I love that it's last. Read it. 59. You. Loud and proud. Real big.
Don't expect applause.
Don't expect applause! Isn't that a great final one? The grand finale. I'm not expecting that. Don't expect applause. Such a sweet little slogan. Another translation is don't expect thanks. So the great Mahayana teacher, Indian Buddhist Shantideva from, I think, the 1300s, I think, 1200s maybe. He said, when you treat yourself to a meal, when you treat yourself to a good meal, you don't expect yourself to thank yourself. Do you? No. So what he's getting at is doing good, such as practicing Dharma, practicing Tonglen, mindfulness, compassion, etc., all of these aspects of walking the path. So he's bringing it back to this. He's saying all of that practice is its own reward. All practice is its own reward. Sometimes with teachers, we want to be seen. I see this a lot in the Tibetan community with the lamas, because a lot of people, the guru, people have father issues. Like they want to be seen by daddy. So they're like, oh, yes. It drives me nuts. I grew up around those types of things. And it's like, want to be seen, want to be recognized, want to be special. And it's just like, yeah, of course we want to be special. Why? Because you are special. You're special. Nobody's like you. Nobody's like you. So you are special. That's a given. But we don't know that. And so we look for applause, we look for thanks, we look for acknowledgement. But if we know that we're complete and we know what we're doing is its own reward, then we don't need applause. So doing all these Dharma practices is its own reward. The wholesomeness, the goodness, the joy. When we get up from the pillow after good practice, it changes the whole day. Really, if you can start practicing in the morning, it will change your life, even if it's for 10 minutes. A little bit longer is better. Bigger change, You start your day that way. If it can be like one of the first things you do, take care of your bathroom stuff, brush your teeth, wash your face, drink some water, go to the bathroom, light a candle, some incense, and sit down and pray. Sit down and be with yourself, even before sunrise. That's the magic time. That's when the magic descends. So that's its own reward. You're treating yourself to a great meal with the Dharma. So what they're getting at with the commentary, this traditional commentary, is more like, don't expect applause around the Dharma. That whenever you practice Dharma, we've got to let go of expectation of acknowledgement or praise or renown. So a lot of these Tibetan lamas also poke fun at other lamas. Like Pasha Rinpoche is one of the great ones. He's always poking fun at the lamas who sit up on the high throne with the silks and the hats and the throne and all of that. So, if you're a deep practitioner, you get more humble. The better practitioner you are, the more humble and down to earth you are. Yeah, the ones who put on airs and wear the costumes to be seen, there's something lacking there. I mean, it's not to say that the beautiful ornamentation doesn't also inspire and have beautiful meaning. That's okay. But, you can tell when somebody's putting on a show. So the last aspect of this also is that towards others. So whenever we benefit others, this is kind of what we would expect this slogan to be addressing. It's like we give something to others, we do something kind to somebody, we expect a thank you. That's polite. Of course, it's nice. But what they're saying here is whenever we do something that benefits others, we should try as much as possible to do it with no strings attached. No strings attached. Because otherwise, we are probably setting ourselves up for disappointment, right? Yeah. So if we don't let go of this attached strings, these attaching the strings to others, if we don't let go of that, then we can eventually kind of get bitter or disillusioned. We can be resentful. And we lose our bodhicitta, this compassionate wish to like, this feeling of juiciness of like doing good for good's sake, right? You know, it's its own reward. We lose that if we have the strings attached. Just acknowledging that the old way with the strings attached is an old habit. And the old habit of strings attached, what do you think is beneath that one? Just like with jealousy. What's the core? Self-clinging, exactly. Self-clinging, self-attachment. Grasping onto me, I need mine, I need this, I'm that. They don't know me, they don't see me. It's a very important thing to heal. It's not easy. It's kind of like the core wound. It's not just like the core wound in this life as children, it's like the baby wound. You know, if you have kids, you've seen this, or if you've been around kids. Look at me, look at me, look at me. I mean, how many people with kids, it just drives me nuts. My kids were always like, look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm like, yes, I'm looking. You get numb to it after a while. You just don't hear it anymore, right? So we're like that. There's a little, this ego clinging. We're like a little kid, you know. Look at me, look at me, look at me. The strings attached line is like, look at me, look at me. But, you know, instead of like chopping it up or pushing it away, yeah, bring that little child in and say, I see you. You're okay. I see you. You're wonderful. You can sing so well. I love that. Too. All right. So remember, it's just the practice, even the act of generosity, you give something, that's its own reward. That's its own reward. Compassion, that's its own reward. You have your own peace of mind. Yeah, the other one commentator said that this helps us to lessen our neurotic entanglement with people in our daily life and apply these practices again and again until they become a part of who you are. So often, I'll just close with this, often people ask, how can I integrate the teachings into my daily life, right? That's common. Like whenever I teach a retreat, sometimes I have people like on a 5 or 7 day retreat, on day 1, they'll say, how am I going to integrate these practices into my life when I go out there? I'm like, honey, you just got here, you know, let's be in the moment, be in the moment. And then don't worry, I'll talk about that on the last afternoon before the morning. I'll give you all of my little tips. But it's interesting, the mind, it's good, it's for good reason. The mind wants to know, how can I take this into my life? Well, these mind training slogans are for that. These instructions are for that. And then we can remember. So when you've studied, a lot of you have been with me throughout these months and months of going through slogan after slogan, one at a time, and really thinking about them. And you probably have your favorites, like don't expect applause. That's one of my favorites. Anyone want to pop out one of their favorites?
Be grateful to everyone.
Yeah, that's a great one. Be grateful to everyone. They're our teachers. It's a good one, huh? Has it changed your life? Has it changed the way you move through the world? Yeah. Not always easy. But again, it's its own reward. It's a delicious meal. Anyone else?
Drive all blames into one.
Drive all blames into one. What's that one?
Is it the grasping and clinging?
You got it. Good. See, she's listening. She's coming a lot. Drive all blames into one. That one is self-cherishing, self-grasping. Not the spouse. That's the funny joke my teacher said once. The one is not your husband. Or your wife, or your partner, or your kid. It's a tendency to grasp. We drive all blames into it. What does that mean? It means that's the source of the problem. Not that person. How I'm reacting. I can use it. Doesn't mean I roll over and play dead. It means I learn from it, And then I come back with clarity and compassion. Sometimes that compassion needs to be firm. Right? Tough love. So life is difficult. And what the commentary, what Dzigar Kongtrul Rinpoche says, one of the great teachers of mind training, he says, difficult times are perfect mind training arenas. This modern life with its speed, its challenges, money, power, politics, relationship, basics, these challenging times, modern times, turn out to be a perfect setting for a spiritual practice, especially when you're a mind training person, because you're transforming all adversity onto the path and all joy onto the path. There's a lot of joy too. Bring that onto the path. Rejoice. May all beings have joy and bliss and pleasure and great food and sex and everything. Don't just keep it for yourself. Imagine, may this orgasm be felt by everybody. A millionfold. You know what I'm saying? When you experience pleasure. That's Tantra. Dedicate it. When you feel pain, dedicate it. May this help to relieve the suffering of all beings. So that's why these teachings are so revolutionary and beautiful. And this is how you bring it onto the path. Learn a few of the slogans that you really like, take them to heart, and test them. So that is my hope for you. I am going to just read this final verses of this wonderful commentary to the mind training slogans, instructions. It's called The Great Path of Awakening. It's a good one. Page 45. 45. Stay alive. 45. The concluding verses. So we are wrapping up this long, beautiful journey together. So this brings us to closure. Concluding verses of the mind training. As the 5 kinds of decay spread, this practice changes them into the path of awakening. This instruction, the essence of elixir, is a transmission from Serlingpa. Serlingpa was a teacher, remember? Talked about him going to Indonesia and studying these teachings. So what are the 5 kinds of decay? Here we go. Then Kongtrul's commentary says, since the 5 kinds of decay, the times, sentient beings, life, emotions, and outlook, are steadily advancing, happy situations conducive to Dharma are few, and disruptive and adverse conditions proliferate. While the remedies and other teachings may not be effective, for someone who uses mind training, virtuous activity increases directly with the proliferation of adverse conditions. Just as the flames of a fire become stronger and stronger as more and more wood is piled on. This teaching has a specific feature that others lack. It changes all disturbing emotions and adverse conditions into the way of awakening. These instructions are like the essence of an elixir and will enrich the course of experience and be helpful to everyone, whatever his or her capabilities. They are profound teachings transmitted from Lord Serlingpa, the very kindest of Lord Atisha's 3 principal gurus. Yeah, there's others that goes on, but I wanted to close with that because it brings it home in that way. That's common when you have a sacred text to tap it on your head and you imagine you're receiving the blessings. So whenever you hold something like a sutra or a text that brings you joy and wisdom, tap it on your head. So Jamgon Kongtrul Lodrotai, he's called Jamgon the Great. He was from the 1800s, I believe. One of the greatest non-sectarian teachers of Tibet. It's really phenomenal. So I recommend getting this book. I had a friend who was going on a week retreat in the cabin, solitary retreat, And he asked me, if you were to give me one book for my retreat, what would it be? And I gave him this. And I was curious, was it going to be good for him? What was it going to be like? He came out and he said he read it cover to cover, he practiced it, and it changed his life. And I could see he was different. He was different after that. Yeah. So this text to study is ending now, but we keep going. Really, all Dharma is mind training. Mind training is not just these 59 slogans. Everything. Shamatha, mindfulness, vipashyana, studying emptiness. All of this is training our mind. Training our mind towards compassion. Bodhicitta, it's the most important thing. So thank you, everybody. Thank you. And next week we'll do Feeding Your Demons. And then the week after we start a new book study. And that book is called On the Path to Enlightenment. On the Path to Enlightenment. It's a compilation of beautiful short sayings and teachings by all of the greats, many of the great Tibetan teachers. And it's a compilation by Matthew Ricard. He's a wonderful Buddhist monk. He's a French man who's written many wonderful books. And he has edited this. And so I've taught on this before. It's a beautiful text. And it will take us through the whole path from beginning to end. So if you want to get it, I recommend, if you're really interested in going deep here with this, get the book and read it along with the course. On the Path to Awakening. It's easy to find. It's a beautiful book. It's definitely important for your Dharma library. It's a good one. All right. Let's dedicate the merit of our whole time here together for the benefit of all beings everywhere. Through the merit of our practice, may all beings be free of suffering, be happy, and taste the delicious nectar of their true nature. May it be so. May it be so. Thank you, everybody. All right, take care, be well. I'm going to New York tomorrow. Oh, hey, so I'm teaching an online series called Foundations of Non-Dual Buddhist Tantra. It's starting on May 14th, and I highly recommend it. It's a new cohort, and we'll go deep into the foundations of Tantra, both Hindu and Buddhist, learn about different figures in those traditions, learn about the philosophy and the practices, and really develop a nice camaraderie in the cohort. It's a year-long study. So please join me if you're interested. It's all on my website, chandraeaston.com. Okay, please put the pillows away. That would be so helpful. Enjoy tea out in the lobby. Bye. Introduce yourself to somebody new if you feel like it. Or drive safely. Turn my mic off. Thank you.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah, you can.
You go to New York?
Yeah.
Can you tell Bob Thurman that I say hello and that I would like to shake his hand with him?
I will try to remember
Yeah,
to do
we
that.
have,
Have you met him?
No.
I mean, of course you have to shake his
Yeah.
hand. You better meet him soon,
I've been listening to his podcast.
Yeah,
He's so great.
he is
Okay.
amazing. Yeah, he's
Bob
the OG.
and Robert are the
Robert,
same
Bob,
person?
Tenzin,
Okay.
Starmanade, yeah, he seems to go by both and doesn't really seem to care.
Sure.
But he is a Bob.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, I'm back. Yes, yes. What? Eve's been coming over to get some. She's right. She's doing it.
I thought it was a gecko.
A gecko.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a prayer and turtle.
So maybe when I go and
Absolutely. I'll get you one. Yeah.
I'll be here.
Nice to see you again. Remind me.
Linda.
Linda, right?
Yeah, I was just on a Dustin retreat. I recommended a book of yours.
Oh,
From me. Yeah.
Where was his retreat?
Online.
Online.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
Do you live in the East States?
I live in Oakland, yeah.
You know other people in town?
A couple, my friend Katie, who I know from Hawaii, kind of just found your thing today. I was like, let's go to here. I was like, sure, I like Chandra.
Yeah, when I saw you, I was like, she looks familiar.
Yeah. This is Katie.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, thank you so much. You're welcome.
Yeah, I really like the movement. It like helps like the practice for me. I like it, like moving, like the energy.
Yeah.
You can, or not, as you please.
Deeper and
I think
more
it's at
subtle.
the end of the session.
Sometimes I just do like 10 minutes.
But this one, she'll probably, she may take another set of prayers, so.
30,
Yeah. You like
Yeah, yeah.
stuff.
You like the beef stuff, you do?
Yeah, I like it, and I feel like yeah, the edge of like I'm dying, I am dying from the heat, and so now I'm like revitalizing, and it's like it's intense, and then it's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to keep the nerves happy.
yeah, I love hearing that phrase, from the feet up. You said, or
Yeah, that's what I heard. So I got to see that.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so true. I've seen it, but I never thought that exact thing.
Yeah,
that's
I
awesome.
know. My mom's 85, and she's broken her foot a couple times, and I can see she's hobbling around because it's the foot, you know.
Yeah.
I'm so friends who are really into like have you seen those two stage years? It seems like really important to
Oh,
like
yeah. I'm really into feet also, and I've had
Yeah.
foot issues, and I've recovered from them, and then I keep it's like this
Yeah.
dance back and forth. Yeah.
Yep.
So I need it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the foot is so important, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's really tough.
Yeah.
Well, nice to see you again.
Yeah, Katie. Yes.
You're East Bay too?
I'm going back to New Haven tomorrow, Connecticut, and then I'll move to Oregon in a couple months. Yeah.
Where in Portland?
Yeah, I'll start off in Portland. I have some loved ones there, and I'm looking to live maybe a little outside of the city and on land and community, but still TBD, so many factors.
Right.
Yeah.
You love it. You still climb it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways.
I haven't been there. I haven't spent a lot of time.
Oh, yeah. I do have like amazing community in New Haven. There are some special pockets, and it's also hard. It's also hard in lots of ways on the spirit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, good luck. with
thank
the
you
move.
so
Sounds
much.
good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, this is streamed on YouTube, by the way. So if you
Oh,
like it,
great.
wherever you are.
Yeah. I
Join
want-
in.
Yeah, to go back to the other teachings, is that up there
Yeah,
anywhere?
all of it's like
Okay.
the whole catalog.
Wonderful.
2.5 years is not here. You can just go back. You can start with slogan number 1.
Awesome,
You know, you can if
okay,
you want
yeah,
to.
I do,
I've labeled most of them.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I get loose and I forget to. The dates are there.
That's
They're all in
wonderful.
sequence.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's so special. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the Olympic YouTube channel and it streams on my YouTube channel, so it's connected there too.
Awesome.
You can get to that from my website.
Great.
I think the last time I saw you was like Harish.
Right, that's it.
That's a while ago.
That's a long time ago. About a year ago.
Yeah.
I think he passed through recently.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what he was. I think he was on his way to teach a retreat in Madonna.
Oh.
So it's quick.
Where?
Mount
Mount
Madonna.
Madonna, that's a really cool place.
It is.
Yeah, you
Special
should.
energy there.
You would probably like it. Great community. They have a good vibe.
I like
Their
them.
community was working.
Yeah, I like them raising the kids.
In California?
It's near Santa Cruz.
It's about an hour and a half, maybe an hour and a half from here. It's founded by Baba Haridas. He was a teacher from India. He was silent for many years. He would communicate by writing on the blackboard. And he lived there for many years, most of those 30 years. And his people, basically, he directed this whole building of this beautiful retreat center. Not taught. He just right. Oh, amazing. Right out, and when you go, you're like, how did they do this? Good job. And they have a beautiful Hanuman temple.
Oh,
Their pujas, like big Indian.
Yeah.
But then people like Harish and rent it and do retreats. They're also really big on Ayurveda.
Right, there's an Ayurveda school. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I don't know what you're into.
I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, that's a good, my ex-husband was a very good Ayurveda practitioner, and he would always say, they're respectable, when they're doing this. It's not Ayurveda like.
Okay,
People are very
yeah.
knowledgeable and they do good treatments, good
Wonderful.
trainings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend Christy is the one who taught me a lot about Ayurveda and a lot of the things that I do.
Yeah.
And really, actually, can I ask you a question about, because I have been really eating a lot of meat, like in after 6 months and that, and I was wondering about that and with like the reconciliation or reckoning with like health with what I'm told by certain doctors and sometimes my body, and sometimes also knowing I'm like overdoing it and don't need to be eating.
Yeah.
Once I get into it, sometimes indulgence. And I just wonder if you have
It's a
any
little bit like a
personal
drug,
thoughts
isn't it?
about it.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
addiction.
Yeah.
You have to write something too,
Okay.
or else it means
When are
nothing.
you going on retreat?
June 1st, but I'll most likely
I'll
be
see
here the
you.
next 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Safe travels.
thank you. After class, I'm spaced out, Yeah, I hear you. I have a similar dynamic. I was vegetarian for a long time, and then for my health, I started eating. I like the Chinese approach, Chinese medicine approach, where we consider meat like a medicine. So you do it when you need it. Like when I used to, I had a strike for 100 years, and when I had sleep, I would want a hamburger. I was pretty much, and I would try to make peace with it. What the Tibetans do is they try to be vegetarian. It's mainly in community studies. And yet they come from a place in the plateau where there wasn't a lot of fruits and vegetables, so they ate a lot of animal products and yogurt. So what they say is that if you're going to eat, try to say a prayer for the spirit that might still be somehow connected to it, and offer a prayer that they may take a higher rebirth, like be reborn in the pure land, so be reborn in a beautiful place. Like if you're Buddhist, you say like be reborn in the Buddha land. And so it's like the people with kind of meditative power, psychic gravitas can actually really do that.
Yeah.
So that their prayers be liberate spirit.
Thank you.
Yeah, because in Tantra they consume meat and alcohol, so it's all meant to be like moving towards what would normally be forbidden, and then transmuting it into medicine, alchemy, the states that come from things like intoxicants. It's a very interesting place that moves away from purity, like some Brahmanical Vedic traditions, and more towards if you have to, you eat it, but you say, you try to transmute it and say prayers to liberate it. But I mean, what I've learned also from my teachers is that if you have to eat meat, just eat it less. And that's better than nothing. Try to be vegetarian. But I'm not. But I try to eat a lot less. I did a month-long panchakarma, and it was all vegetarian. So when I came home, I didn't want to eat meat. I didn't eat meat for like 6 months, and now I'm starting to eat meat again. So,
Yeah, I've been through like seasons and cycles.
yeah, where you naturally just don't want it.
Yeah.
And that's the best, isn't it? But
Yeah.
I don't know if that's helpful.
Right, thank you. Yes, no, it super is, yeah.
Yeah, you can make up your own prayer. It's about intention behind the prayer. It's not whether you know the right words.
Right.
Just make that intention. Free whatever energy, whatever spirit, whatever suffering is associated with that animal. And imagine it going to blissful thing that leads to this. Yeah, that way it's practice. Like before every meal they say a prayer of offering. Before every meal.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Huh?
All right. Blessings on your
Thank
travels.
you so much.
See you later.
Yeah. See you
See you
again.
again.
Take care. So June 22nd, we're deepening into presence, going deeper
That's the day long, June 22nd. I'll announce it again. I forgot to announce it. But you had asked about it last time. It's in the smack dab in the middle of summer, but that's all they got. Okay. Yes, you'd be good. You'd be a good candidate for that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's great. Especially the pre-control.
Yeah.
Sort of. They're kind of all the different. So you just wondering like the blank thoughts and like how it all kind of congealed into
Yeah. Yeah.
teachings.
Yeah.
Do you do like a job?
Jaw yoga. I do some self-massage around it, like you can, I just, like, take your, both hands. Maybe we've done this sometimes in class, these knuckles, and let the jaw go slack. And rub the jaw, like, find even a little bit more forward, like right where
Yeah.
and you do circles, and really loosen the jaw. You can do like 10 rotations in each direction. And another thing, my friend who is an amazing massage therapist and craniosacral person taught me is take the pads, put down your paper, take the pads of your fingers, just very gently. It's not a heavy touch. It's just a very gentle. See, you're going too strong. Just a gentle touch, light touch. Yeah. And then let the hands traction just draw it down. Draw the jaw down.
Yeah. That's
Very gentle. And breathe. That's really nice. There's something called neck. I think when you have, sometimes jaw tension comes around here. It's also the base of the skull.
yeah.
So you can interlace your fingers and use the thumbs and massage. It's hard, yeah, it's better. You can do it while you're lying down. Massage and come around like to here. But have you ever done, so those things are good. And then have you ever done craniosacral? Find somebody who does craniosacral. I wish I could recommend. There's a woman named Sarah Woodard I used to go to her, she's amazing. And I don't know if she still lives in the area. But craniosacral people learn how to do amazing releases to the jaw. Jaw tension, or if there's a popping or clicking or grinding. Is that what you're experiencing? Something
It's
like that?
literally the block from like me moving my locus of awareness to here.
Uh-huh.
When they can relax it, which is because it does way too much work to hold the mask. Okay. And,
Yeah.
and I feel like very much not self-creating, like safer. Just
Yeah. We hold so much in the jaw. We hold so much. Do you grind? Do you have a night guard and stuff? Do you grind? Do you know if you grind?
I don't know. I just
Like when you wake up, are you really tense? You should tell your dentist and get a night guard.
okay.
Because I grind too. Some people grind. It's like a genetic thing, and it's also stress. Some people put stress in here. When I was starting to go through a lot of stress in my 30s, I started grinding, and I had to get a night guard. So I wear it every night. And so for the first night, I wore the night guard back in my 30s. For the very first night, I put it on. I woke up in the middle of the night laughing with joy. Like it was like something had released. Like the night guard, like something released. And I was like, ah! I was so happy. It's like there's something free. It didn't happen again, but I think it's a sign that was a good thing. It's a good thing to wear. And also with the grinding, we can really grind down our enamel. It's really bad. So get checked out
I will.
and see if they see evidence of grinding. They can tell you're grinding. And find a craniosacral worker and tell them you want to work with
releasing your jaw, and they work with they work with the subtle body. Like what you just told me, they will understand, and they'll be able to help you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really real thing. Like once, yeah, they're so good.
Yeah, and the throat, the voice is very quiet. The expression, taking singing, some kind of singing.
The chanting is like so. It's the only time.
How does the chanting feel?
Amazing.
Yes, good. Yeah, your body's like yes. Yeah.
It's really true.
Well,
Thank
thank
you
you.
so
I'm
much.
glad you're welcome, sweetie.
You're
Yeah.
so good at that. Like, yeah, like I think you're practical advice about that sort of stuff.
No, well, I'm glad you asked.
Thanks.
Keep asking whenever you need something.
Thanks.
Yeah. Because I've gone through, it's like, you name it, I've had it.
Yeah, how's your back doing?
It's
Doing
better.
Yeah, it
It's
seems
better.
like it's doing better.
It's a lot better. Yeah, like I didn't have to lie down.
Yeah.
They put me on a new medication too. It's helping. I think the time is healing slowly, but then I got fine-tuned into a pretty good. I think I finally found the medication that is helping. It's actually, they find that antidepressants interrupt the pain. It's a norepinephrine one. It's not a serotonin one, it's a norepinephrine
Yes. Yeah.
antidepressant called Effexor.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know it?
Yeah,
Well, they put me on it like a month ago, and within a day, my pain went down by 50%. So on any given day, it's either 40% benefit or up to 80% less pain. And it's just incredible because I guess it's just helping my nervous system calm down
exactly.
and not be so reactive to
Yeah. Yeah.
trauma and the pain.
You probably had like a norepinephrine, scarcity in
Something. So it also helped because being in chronic pain day after day really weighing me down. So
Are you familiar with Melissa Phoebus's writing? Because I was just reading something from her on this exact topic. It was back pain.
yeah,
It was like reading with herniated disc stuff. And, yeah, I don't know if she's a memoirist, but I knew her in New York, and she's written some incredible. Every book she writes is like just the way it's right with the sun. So,
tell me your name. And maybe I'll just type in my phone. And are you going to remember craniosacral?
I think so.
Okay, good. You can email me if you forget.
Thank you. Yeah, that's great. Appreciate that. Yeah, because occasionally I come across something and I think, I wonder if she'll do this. Something like that.
Yeah. I'll you send me an email. That's
Awesome. So her name is Phoebus.
how do you?
Febos.
Wow.
Yeah, and she wrote Whip Smart, which is about the time in New York, and then she wrote Abandonment, which is like so packed with insight.
Okay. That's her last name or first name?
That's her last name, Melissa.
Melissa.
Melissa Phoebus.
I remember Which Smart. That was was that her breakout one?
That was her breakout one, yeah. And then
And what's the book with the back stuff? Do you remember?
I think it might be from her most recent book. But if not, I'll email it to you. It may have just been like a reflection that she was like a piece of writing that wasn't in her most recent book, but her most recent book is about celibacy, which is something.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that is an interesting topic.
Yeah.
And it sounds like she could really tease out a myriad of different angles on that. Yeah, I would be curious to read about that.
Yeah.
So you said she's writing right now a book on it, or she wrote one?
I think her most recent book might have that section, but it was,
Are you a writer?
Yeah.
Okay, say it. Say it proud.
Yeah.
Yeah? What have you written anything? Like a book or books?
Yeah, I mean, I've written professional that I published, but
What do you write about? What?
I write a lot about intellectual property.
Right. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I would love to write more. I've written like creative nonfiction stuff and I'm going to trying to.
I've never done that kind of writing. I've wondered if someday, really? Is that in my future? You know,
Yeah.
I love the life of a writer. I loved my life when I was writing. It's like a book when I could just tell the world. You know, I'm gonna put on classical music, make some tea, and do my research, and write. Such a nice thing to be able to do.
Yeah. I mean, any of the flow state.
The flow state,
Yeah.
and the creativity, the connections that happen, the grace that descends. I like the life of a writer too, because you kind of make your own hours, just finding what times of day are best for you, writing, how there's balance with movement, people and food, socializing twice. I don't know, I just really liked that phase of my life when I was writing the embodied project.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You've definitely done it.
That was a big project. It took about 5 years total. But it was 3 years of active writing, 2 years of research, writing and revision,
Did you have blocks?
like blocks of time.
Like creative blocks?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was never really bad because a lot of the book was kind of like already written because I taught on guitars 2 times. I recorded
I
them.
remember you
My
saying this
talks.
on Michael's podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I transcribed them on rev.com. And so it's like the structure was there, and I just had to put the meat on the bones more and
Yeah.
tie in things, and so it felt very kind of architectural, you know. And it was a very easily structured book, just one tar at a time. But they would evolve, and I'd have to go back and because by the time I got to the 5th, 6th tara, I had really revised and refined my structure of the chapter and what I'm going for, so that I'd have to go back and fix and update these prior ones. By the time I got to 10, I had a great rhythm. The blocks came towards the end. It became a slog at the end, and that's when my health was really bad. So
I think they were related. Obviously, it would be hard.
well, I had some surgeries, so it's not. I know a lot of people feel like that it's psychological. I get it, it is too, but I had a bad surgeon. I had a bad surgery.
Yeah.
And then I had to have a second one, and then a third one, and
Yeah.
not just on my back, but on my pelvis. It's just like a complete spiral down into medical hell and medical
Yeah.
trauma.
Oh, yeah.
And so, but the book really kept me afloat, having that project. But the feeling I had was that I was dragging myself with my arms across to the finish line, like this image of just barely making it to the finish line.
Yeah.
I was on a lot of drugs to get me there.
That's
That's when I had to go on opioids.
Yeah.
I was on opioids for 6 months.
Yeah.
And when it came time to get off of them, it wasn't hard. Because I just got off very slowly, like tiny little increments. And so my body didn't go through any hard withdrawal or anything like that. But it was either that or suicide, because my doctor's like, okay, you're going on opioids.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. No, it comes to a point
when it comes to a point, you have to make that decision. So I'm really grateful right now.
That's really
Yeah, honey. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing about that road. I always forget something. My hearing on the phone.
Yeah, kind of writing. It's just secret up in there. I don't know. All right. Why they are that way.